The small village of Norabad was known for its peaceful mornings, where the call of birds blended with the soft rustling of trees. In the heart of this village lived a humble young boy named Imaan, whose life was simple but whose dreams were vast like the open sky. He lived with his mother in a small mud house near the riverbank, a river people believed carried blessings for those with a pure heart. Imaan had always been fascinated by the river. To him, it wasn't just flowing water, it was a friend that listened when no one else did. His mother often told him, "Beta, faith is like this river. It flows even when you cannot see where it ends." Imaan never fully understood the meaning, but he held on to her words. Life in Norabad was peaceful until a drought slowly began creeping into the land. The once green fields turned brown, the winds became dry, and the villagers' faces carried worry instead of smiles. The river, the pride of Norabad, began shrinking day by day. What used to be deep flowing water now looked like a wounded stream struggling to survive. Every evening, Imaan would sit beside the river, staring at the fading water, whispering his worries to it. One day, he noticed an old man sitting nearby, dressed in white, his eyes calm like still water. Imaan had never seen him before. "Why do you look sad, young one?" the old man asked gently. Imaan hesitated but replied, "The river is dying. Without it, our village will suffer. My mother works so hard already, I don't know what will happen." The old man smiled. "Do you believe the river will return?" Imaan lowered his head. "I want to, but everything looks hopeless." The old man tapped the ground with his stick. "Sometimes, faith is not about seeing the way. It is about trusting that there is one. The river listens to hearts filled with sincerity." Imaan didn't fully understand, but he felt a strange comfort from the old man's words. Before he could ask another question, a sudden gust of wind blew sand into his eyes. When he blinked them open, the old man was gone, vanished like a dream. That night, Imaan told his mother about the mysterious man. She listened, smiling softly. "Perhaps Allah sent someone to remind you of your strength. Remember, Beta, miracles flow from faith." From that day on, Imaan made it his mission to help the river. Even though he was just a child, he woke up early every morning to clear trash from the riverbank. He carried buckets of water to wet the drying soil around it. Villagers watched him curiously, some mocked him, some ignored him. "Why waste your energy, Imaan?" one man scoffed. "One boy cannot save a river." Imaan only smiled faintly. "Maybe I can't, but I can try, and Allah sees efforts." His mother watched him with pride glistening in her eyes. Even in hardship, her son carried a heart full of Imaan, faith. Days passed, yet the river continued shrinking. Imaan felt his hope weakening, just like the river. One night, he sat beside the river, tears falling silently. "I'm trying, but nothing is changing," he whispered. "Tell me what to do." In that moment of despair, he remembered the old man's voice. "Faith flows even when you cannot see the end." Imaan closed his eyes and prayed deeply, not asking for himself, but for his village, his mother, and the river that had always listened to him. That same night, dark clouds began gathering in the sky. Distant thunder echoed through the silent fields. People stepped out of their homes, looking up in disbelief. It had been months since they last saw clouds. A sudden, strong wind blew across the village, carrying the scent of rain. And then, it happened. Heavy raindrops fell from the sky, hitting the dry earth like pearls of hope. Children ran out laughing, elders raised their hands in gratitude, and mothers cried tears of relief. Imaan ran to the riverbank, eyes wide with joy. The river began rising slowly, drinking the rain eagerly. The dry cracks in the earth softened, and the river returned to life, dancing and sparkling under the stormy sky. Villagers gathered around Imaan's mother, praising her son's efforts. "Your boy reminded us of something we forgot," one elder said. "Faith is not waiting for miracles, it is walking toward them." Imaan stood quietly near the water, feeling grateful. Suddenly, he noticed the same old man standing on the opposite bank. This time, the old man raised his hand in a gentle blessing, his smile filled with warmth. Before Imaan could call out, the old man slowly faded, like mist dissolving into air. Imaan realized then, the old man was never just a stranger. He was a sign, a reminder, a guide. The river flowed stronger than ever in the days that followed. Crops grew again, children played freely, and Norabad regained its beauty. The villagers often spoke of the miracle rain, but Iaan knew the truth. The real miracle was faith. One evening, Ayaan's mother placed her hand on his shoulder and said, "Beta, now do you understand what I meant? Faith is a river. When you keep it flowing in your heart, Allah opens paths you never imagined." Iaan nodded, his eyes shining with wisdom beyond his years. He looked at the river, flowing gracefully as if telling him, "You kept believing when others stopped." From that day on, Iaan became known as the boy whose faith revived a river. People from nearby villages came to hear his story, learning that no matter how small a person feels, their faith can move mountains, or even make rivers flow again. And the river of Norabad continued its journey, just like faith, quietly, powerfully, endlessly.